De'Aaron Fox. Welcome to Never Been Asked, built by the Home Depot. We're at the Final Four Players Lounge, where I'm going to attempt to ask you questions you've never heard before. Are you ready?
I'm definitely ready.
Are you him?
I wasn't him this year, except for when I had 60. I was, and then 49. I was definitely him then. But
So overarching, you are him.
yeah, for sure.
Who's taking home the W in a Hunger Games of washed podcasting point guards? Rashad McCants, Jeff Teague, Brandon Jennings.
Was Rashad McCants a point guard?
He was a combo. Or Ty Lawson.
Only because he looked yoked on the show. So I didn't.
He is way too swole, yeah.
Right now.
Let's go both. Let's go prime, and then let's go right now.
Oh, right now, Jeff Teague. Yeah, definitely, easily.
And what about in their prime?
I think it's still Jeff Teague.
And then
I think the only other one would be Ty Lawson.
So fast.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
who's winning the Hunger Games of those gentlemen?
Oh, probably Rashad McCants. Probably Rashad. Are there weapons?
It's like Hunger Games. You would have to go, like, so you have to find them. You have to make your own resources.
Probably Rashad McCants still.
Being that strong of a hater, you have to be motivated to
I'm
survive.
not going to say that, but that's a strong.
No, I respect. He is the best hater I've ever seen.
I don't know. Brandon, the last couple of weeks, he's going on a
He's
little
been on a
tangent.
rampage.
Yeah. He's been wilding. So
Do you have a favorite LeBron lie?
it's got to be when he said he knew Kobe was going for 81. That was wild. Or some of the books.
The books are
It
incredible.
was a Malcolm X book. And he was clearly on the first page.
Clearly first, and then he answered like a student who didn't do their homework. So many good pages, so many good stories.
No, I gotta go. It's the Kobe one.
The Kobe one's good.
You saw him walk in, and you're like, he might get 60, or he might get 70. Stop it.
What player throughout the course of history do you think deserved a signature shoe that never got one?
Wow. Who would it be? Like,
Me personally, I'm
who's
rocking the Mike and threes.
oh no, absolutely.
No,
I would not be
realistically,
rocking
no.
the Mike and-
It would need to be someone before Bird and Magic, probably, because they didn't really have.
Oh, let's
right?
go with like Oscar Robertson or somebody like that. Yeah. Maybe if he had a shoe, they'd have the film of his 100-point game. So let's go with that.
You asked Marco the ideal age you'd want to be a vampire.
Oh, my answer is like 25 to 27.
I like that answer. I think anywhere 28 to 32, so you have a little
No,
wisdom.
I don't want to be in my 30s.
All right, fair enough.
No.
It's not that bad. Also, I feel like men continually age and look better.
For sure, but I just feel like you're prime for your body.
Yeah,
like
okay.
Everything. I feel like somewhere to 25 to 28.
Or if you're LeBron and you are that in good of shape and you're 40, you have all that wisdom, I feel like that's not a bad option
I
either.
don't know. That Miami LeBron was crazy. That's
Who's
why I-
Dora the Explorer's NBA comparison?
Dora? Like Dora herself?
Yeah.
Probably like CJ McCollum. like, probably someone
Undervalued, underrated, great
yeah,
bag.
like, great show. Like, definitely doesn't. If you ask anybody what's the greatest kid show, not many people's gonna say Dora. But like they're really, really good. Yeah. But very, very effective. They have their imprint on the league. Obviously, CJ's the president of the yeah, for sure.
All right. Now I'm curious. I don't think it would be that crazy if they just got rid of the whole All-Star game if players don't care enough. What do you think is the minimum amount of money that would make the players go as hard as an NBA Finals game?
There's not a number that changes their lives at that point. So I don't know. I don't know if there is a number for that. If you're making 40 million, getting up to 45 isn't changing your life anymore. So
So what about for you individually? If you
for
kind
me,
of apply the
I'd
same
ra-
exact
I'd
boat.
ra- I'd rather have a break.
I totally agree.
I'd rather have a break. One suggestion: certain cities shouldn't get an All-Star game.
We could do it like the Super Bowl.
I will say warm places, but like Chicago, New York,
Yeah,
like
all
those
right.
places can get it, but like Miami, LA.
All right, so
That should be
for our
it.
Home Depot question, if you could build a neutral stadium to either be the official All-Star arena or an NBA Finals arena, where would you put it?
Flip a coin, Miami or LA. That's it. And like, this isn't even for me. I don't give a damn. I don't go outside. So this is for everybody else who likes going out and doing all that. Yeah, Miami or LA.
Miami is still just a pleasant, very pleasant place
Yes,
to be.
especially during the winter.
So I'm going to present to you a hypothetical rule change for the NBA to elevate the product to even greater heights. You tell me if you want it to be implemented or not, all right? If a coach gets a technical, the opposing coach has to shoot the free throw.
I saw Mike Brown shoot. Absolutely not. Because then you're going to get like a JJ Redick.
If you're playing the Lakers, you got to be on your best
No,
behavior.
absolutely not.
That's automatic.
Yeah, no.
Similar to the MLB, each team can customize their stadium. Say the Spurs aren't the best three-point shooting team. If you want to move your line all the way back, you could. Or you can move it all the way in.
No, that should not be a thing.
So you think
And baseball needs to regulate that.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Now, if someone insults a player about not hitting a parlay, they have one chance to take a half-court shot where they get their money back. If they miss the half-court shot, they can never gamble again.
Would I say do it?
Yeah, would you implement that?
1,000%. Oh, and take their phones away.
We'll add that one too.
They wouldn't agree to it though.
You're actually probably right, but this would be a great way to stop people irresponsibly gambling.
Hey, people think that it's going to change their lives.
But the halftime show would be electric. So much is at stake every time you have a new guy shooting.
For sure. I would say even be like, yo, if you hit it, if you hit the shot, your parlay hit.
That's a better option,
But
actually.
if you miss, can't gamble again.
You know relegation in Premier League? You know how they go down if they lose?
I did not know
If a
that
team, if they finish in the bottom 4, they go down to a second division. What if we implemented that for refs based on their L2Ms?
Well, actually, they do that.
They relegate them to G League?
Obviously, there's 3 refs. There are 3 positions. So like, if you're doing bad or missing calls, they will.
Okay.
Yeah, you will get demoted.
So this already somewhat exists.
Yes. So like, we have meetings and stuff about this.
If a player's fouled, instead of shooting 2 free throws, you remember slam ball? You have the opportunity to do a posterization move for 5 points. We're going to actually bring the trampolines out.
Now this would be fun, but like 5 points, like imagine you get fouled at the end of the game and you're down 3. Like now you get to do that. You get a dunk on someone and you're up 2 now. Nah.
What if you were fouled by Muggsy Bogues down 4?
If we were down, I mean, if I was fouled by anyone on a slam ball, I'm taking my chances.
Yeah,
on
it's a
trampoline.
blockbuster moment.
Yeah, for sure. Doesn't matter who it is.
Let's cut the season to 60 games. The lost revenue is made up by the owners doing credit card roulette.
I would say no, because then records wouldn't be the same.
Okay,
that's why
that's fair. I didn't think about that.
No.
When LeBron, whenever he decides to retire, if he goes on a retirement tour, you all have to bow before the king before the game. And at the end of the season, he knights a new face of the league.
Hell no. But have you been seeing the TikTok stuff with all the songs?
Yeah, do you have a favorite?
What's the Man in the Mirror?
That's the man on the
1000%.
Lakers is incredible.
It's like, who started it? Where did it come from? And now it's everywhere.
With their lives on the line, LeBron and Stephen A. Smith one-on-one.
In what?
Basketball. Basketball. Game is to 100,000. Stephen A. has a 99,999 point lead and the ball.
LeBron's gonna win.
100,000 points.
Yes.
Anything could happen. When you get that exhausted,
Yeah, but is he really gonna get exhausted walking and shooting a layup?
this is why I'm asking.
Literally
You're the
has-
expert.
He literally has to walk.
But he's only scored, how many points has he scored? 30,000?
Yeah, but
And now we're going by ones.
Stephen
Only
A's
ones.
gonna get tired. He's gonna have to take a nap. Bron's obviously gonna go to sleep too, and he's gotta like peek up just to make sure Stephen A doesn't get up and go shoot a layup. But I'll put the house on him.
It's going to take a long time, 100,000 points, but if anyone could do it, it's LeBron for sure. I mean, and every NBA player against Stephen A. Smith. Who wins the hypothetical one-on-one, Goku or Vegeta?
One-on-one on what?
We'll go basketball.
Ooh. Because a fight is gonna be Goku for sure. Probably Goku still.
Majin Buu versus Celtic Shaq.
Majin Buu's probably whooping everybody.
Kid Buu versus Orlando Shaq.
Kid Buu. Oh my goodness.
What about Super Buu versus Lakers Shaq?
Actually, all the Shaqs might win. Kid Buu messes around a lot too. So.
Okay. What about Super Buu versus Lakers
Super
Shaq?
Buu might. Super Boo's probably the only one that has a chance.
And Piccolo versus Draymond Green.
Piccolo can become like a gajillion feet tall and stretch out, so he probably wins.
What lesson from Avatar: The Last Airbender do you take most applies to your day-to-day game? Like when you're on the court.
To my day-to-day
Yeah.
game, nothing for my game for sure.
Or you're a pro, your mentality about
like,
the game.
Just being able to see guys like Aang meditating. I would say with the approach, definitely just being able to be ready for anything. Like think about it, he was a 12-year-old kid that had to save the world, who probably really wasn't ready. And then also asking questions.
Would you rather live the remainder of your life as a monk on a vow of silence? But if you don't do that, Malik Monk never hits another shot in his career.
I like monks, but I don't want to do it, so he's gonna have to go over.
What percentage of the world, skill set wise, would you put yourself in for Call of Duty?
My KD on Warzone right now is like 3 something right now. I have to be in the top 1%.
Is that ratio better than your assist to turnover ratio?
It's better than probably everybody that's played in the NBA. Yeah.
So are you a better shooter in Call of Duty or real life?
With this Call of Duty.
Now, if you were in the military, what armed services would you be in? What would your position be?
You know what's funny? I've always thought like, what if the draft happens again?
Oh, the real draft.
But I think I just exceeded the age, so I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm good if the draft happens. Go ahead, draft if y'all want to.
But if you were to be drafted somewhere, where would you want to go?
Not Marines. I can't really swim like that. Would you want to do the Air Force? I don't like planes. I just have to get on them all the time. Plus, I don't want to get shot at the sky. I don't want to get shot, period.
Maybe you're not cut out for this life.
I'm definitely not.
But you could be like a lawyer.
I would go. I would go Air Force. Yeah.
We could be like I would be a lawyer or something. They're naval lawyers. Yeah.
Oh well, then I'm gonna be a medic.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll
There
be
you
a
go.
medic,
You might
and I'll
see
have to
some
go
things.
fight.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What NBA pairing would make for the most electric podcast pairing that does not have one?
It doesn't have one.
Yeah, it doesn't have one.
Keegan Murray, 1000%. And I'm trying to. Oh, Anthony Edwards. Could you imagine the clash of personalities in that? That would be.
Is Keegan really mellow?
Oh yeah, Keegan might not say anything the whole episode.
All right, so I have a bunch of hypothetical NBA podcasts for you. Tell me if you'd listen or not.
Okay. I probably wouldn't listen, but yeah.
You don't know. You don't know yet. I'm pitching them to you. All right, first one. DeMontis and Arvydas Sabonis, called Daddy's Home.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Paolo Banchero and David Blaine, The Magician's Code.
No.
What?
No.
And Edwards and KD.
I would watch
most of
anybody. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care who his pairing is. I'm watching it.
Steve Javi and Stevie Wonder. It's called Blind to the Bullshit.
Who?
It's like the dude in the replay center.
Oh, I'm like, what? And who?
Stevie Wonder, called Blind to the Bullshit.
No.
What about Bird and Magic, called Respect Your Elders?
No. They're not funny. Actually,
Magic's unintentionally very funny.
Yeah. So maybe.
Jonathan Stewart and Chet Holmgren, Island Boys.
No.
Okay,
I would watch Ant and Keegan because that would be funny.
fair enough. What historical figure would be the best NBA prospect? The missing link to his first title run. Who are you running with?
Wow. Abraham Lincoln was pretty tall, wasn't he?
Very tall.
Yeah. Why not?
Who's more likely a secret Dominican, Coach Cal or Babe Ruth?
A secret Dominican?
Yeah.
Coach Cal's all Italian.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Dude, every restaurant we went to was an Italian restaurant. I haven't eaten like anything like that for years.
What NBA player would make for the best NASCAR driver?
Alex Caruso.
Why is that?
He just looks like he'd be a NASCAR driver. It's got to be a white guy.
It does have to be.
It's got to be. I'll go with Caruso, yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, why not?
He does play with some reckless abandon. He's quick.
He's already cut his hair. Like,
That's true.
yeah,
All right.
let's go Caruso.
Now, I'm going to show you some infamous NBA tweets. Tell me, do you stand by the tweet? Would you retweet? They're not that crazy.
Don't do any
They're not that crazy. All right, Kevin Durant. I'm watching the History Channel in the club, and I'm wondering, how do these people know what's been going on the Sun? Nobody's ever been.
Was he in the NBA when he tweeted this?
Yeah, July 30th, 2010, 10:30 p.m.
Do I stand by that? Yes. You know what I also stand by? Whenever we like know about all the other galaxies.
Yeah.
Right? Like how we get there. We're always like something's like a certain amount of light years away,
yeah,
right?
that's a great question.
How do we know that that's out there? Now, I believe something's out there, right? But how do we like know like there's this amount of galaxies or like we've seen this galaxy here and there?
How do people know?
Now, I'm not a flat earther,
Okay,
but
that's disappointing to hear.
I don't understand how we know that those galaxies are
agree.
in those spots. Like it makes no sense.
Speaking of Magic, the only way San Antonio or Miami do not win the championship is if neither team makes the finals.
I do stand by that. I do stand by that. Definitely in 2014, I stand by that. Yeah.
Evan Turner, I'll be damned. Dirk got him a sister.
I don't stand by that tweet. That's definitely believable.
Charlie Villanueva, in the locker room, snuck to post to my Twitter. We're playing the Celtics, tie ball game at the half. Coach wants more toughness. I gotta step up. Do this.
I would if we didn't get fined for it.
Do players go on their phones at half? Okay. Brian Windhorst, 2017. I'm in Rome. It's 1:30 a.m. and my wife may be considering divorce. I leave analysis of Cavs Celtics trade to my able colleagues. Good night.
Where'd this come from?
Midlife crisis mode.
He's past midlife, ain't he?
For his,
Or
yes,
8
for
years
his
ago?
build,
8
I would
years ago?
almost 100% say yes.
Past midlife.
Darren Fox, thank you so much for joining us. Out of all these questions, what percentage had you never heard before, would you say?
0, I don't think. I've heard like favorite show, but you didn't ask me that. So, no, 0. I'll go 0.
So 100% you've never heard before.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Okay, that's kind of a
Yeah, 0% I've heard.
poorly worded question on
0%
my
I've
part.
heard, yeah.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
appreciate it, brother.
A lot of fun. Thank you so much.